The Human Rights Law Alliance is an Australian organisation. It's fairly new, it's about a year old, and what we do is we take on legal cases where Christians have gotten in trouble with the law for living out their faith, or where Christian ministries are struggling to keep their ethos or live out their faith or be the things that their faith require them to be in the public square. So they're mostly religious freedom type cases in that sense. Increasingly, what we call lawfare, or politically motivated legal actions are being brought against Christians, whether that is in courts or in their organisations through the administrative structures that are set up, or at universities for living out their faith. So we've had street preachers as one of the obvious ones, a number of those cases where councils in particular have not been willing to allow them to do what they do, or police have given them a hard time for doing what they do. But we've also had people in workplaces, particularly government workplaces, school teacher case, a couple of government departments where people have expressed views, often on issues of sexuality or gender. Reasonable people who have tried to express what they really believe in good conscience or in accordance with the tenets of their faith, and they've had action taken against them. There's also a lot of pro-life cases, so issues like bubble zones. We have exclusion zones around abortion clinics in many states, and that has raised a number of religious freedom issues, not just for protesters, but also for sidewalk counsellors, and most recently, people who silently pray with their hands in their pockets with absolutely no visible evidence of the fact that they're doing that, except that their eyes are closed, but they have been criminally charged. So that throws up a whole range of issues. I think most Christians in Australia feel a little under siege. It's early days. I think other Western nations in particular are further down the road, if I could put it that way, in the sense that laws like same-sex marriage, changes in the community around understandings of gender issues. In some nations, the situation with the abortion debate, a lot of these controversial debates and the place of religion in the public square has made things much more difficult for Christians, the lived experience of Christians. Most Australian Christians don't feel at liberty to speak openly and honestly about what they truly believe, and also are a little scared and often concerned to do things in their work or in their businesses that clearly demonstrate what they believe. That's just because of social pressure. It's not because we have any tyrannical laws that say you mustn't be able to do that. It's because of expectation of backlash. And sometimes legal backlash. We don't have tyrannical laws, but laws that have sat on the statute books for sometimes decades. As the social climate changes, it's like the meaning of those laws change with it. For example, a law banning obscenity was recently used to criminally charge a woman who was protesting abortion with an image of an aborted fetus.